Cole, and I have another layout using the Double Scoop September Studio Calco kit. I'm showing you some of the stuff that I might be using. I took out about 3 or 4 sticker books from my American Craft that I am keeping with this kit. Instead of having a big container, I'm trying to use what is in the kit first, and then I love using stickers as layering elements, to go on the page. And I've been using a lot of Project Life cards too for my base. I love using doilies as my base, but I'm trying to use different things so that it's not always, the same elements for your base. And I decided that I was going to use a bunch of scraps on this layout. So a lot of them are going to be used in the size that, they were cut up. And I like to do that when I'm down to scraps. I like to use, the little bits and pieces in the sizes that they are. And this is the 10th layout using this kit. It took me an hour and 38 minutes. And I think it's because, like I said, I'm watching, it's a TV show, but I'm watching it on my computer and I'm right into it. And if you saw like the original of this, I guess, or with it not sped up, it's super slow. And then I stop for a few seconds and you can almost see me looking at the computer at what's going on. And then you can obviously hear the show in the background. But when I scrapbook, it is for me, it's so much more than capturing the memories. It's a way for me to relax, and I really enjoy it. And it's a way to take the stress the stress knots away from a busy, crazy day, and or my days off. Like I just find that I just go up to my room, and ever since I started recording, I am never up here more than an hour at a time because the battery dies. And once the battery dies, then I plug it in and get it to charge up again. And while it charges up, then I get other stuff done. And then I have a timeline. It takes about 2 hours for my camera to load or to get charged up again. So you have 2 hours to, get some laundry on and do this and do that, and then come back to it once the battery's all charged up. I had a really hard time deciding whether I wanted to go horizontally or vertically with these strips. Like, really hard time. You're going to see me playing with the layers a lot. Because I didn't want to, change the size of the strips too much, because that's the point, is just to use up the scraps. It's going to take me a bit of time. I'm going to fuss with it until I like how it looks. And this is a Project Life card, and I think it's a Project Life card. Yes, it is. And it's music notes, and I'm going to cut it in half, and I'm going to put, a part at the top and the part at the bottom. I'm going to use another Project Life card and also a third one where I'm just going to cut out a part of it. So I start gluing everything down. And I think with even everything glued down, I'm still gonna, it's almost like I said, okay, enough. I'm gonna, start gluing everything down and just go with it. But I think I change it still, because that's not how the page looks at the end. So I think that was part of it too, why it took me so long. I was being a bit indecisive with how I wanted those layers going. So today is the 16th of February, and I'll be uploading the 9th layout today. And so I'm even ahead on my voiceover, which is great. And I plan on doing another voiceover tonight, later on tonight, if I can get the videos uploaded. But today here, we're having a huge storm. We're getting 45 centimeters, which is almost 18 inches of snow. And it's ridiculous. So over winter. We were supposed to have my son was supposed to have a hockey game today, and it, obviously it's going to be canceled, which really bites because hopefully when they replace it, it's not a day that I'm working. So as you can tell, I am still fussing with those layers. I did this layout almost over a week ago. So I'm not really remembering all the steps that I did. So this layout is of my second daughter. And again, I'm not doing it on, apple picking. I'm doing it on her. And the title is just going to be real ... because that kid is so real. There is nothing phony about that kid. What you see is what you get. She is 20 years old, super mature. Like even when she was 18 years old, the first time she went out looking for a job, once she graduated, she applied at 10 jobs and she hand delivered, the resume. She got 10 callbacks. And the last place where we delivered her resume, she basically got hired on the job. Like they said, come tomorrow for an interview. And then she went the next day because they wanted her to meet like the big boss. And then it was like, then they told her to go again, and she thought it was kind of weird, but it was just to give her employee package, like, okay, you're hired. And within a couple months, she was promoted, head of a department, and then promoted again. And she's just real. Like you can tell that she's super, smart. And I don't mean she is smart, like intelligent, but just very, she's not lazy, so I think employers see that. Like she works hard. She gives 100% all the time when she works. And she started working when she was 14, and she ironically worked for the local hockey team, that the town's hockey team or whatever, or the city's hockey team. And she worked there from 14 to 18 years old, or until she graduated, almost 18. And she worked at a racetrack in the summer. And when she did her resume, she had both of them as reference and used both bosses as reference. And she got tons of comments that when they called to get a reference, all they got was, raving about how mature she was and how hard of a worker she was. And that's why she got 10 callbacks. And now she started at this new job, and she was there like a month, and they said she was ready to be a manager, and they wanted her to move so she could, get her manager a store. And she said she didn't want to move. She wants to stay close to here. And I am still fussing with those layers. I can't believe it. And it looks nothing like this. I don't ever recall fussing so much with layers ever. But apparently very very indecisive. And it's funny because it sort of looks like the layout, and maybe what I'm going to do is just flip it on its side and that's how I'm going to use it. But so anyway, she's just very she's real, and it comes out in her personality. And even when she was in middle school and stuff, and for some reason I've done a lot of pages about her. I go on on things like that where I'll scrapbook about one kid all the time. I don't know if that happens to you too, but I'll do like 10 layouts of one child, and then I'll move on to the next and do that, that many layouts for that child. So I've done, quite a few layouts about her this time. And then my challenge on my Facebook group this month is to go back and use some older photos. So yesterday I went through a 2006 album and I pulled out a ton of pictures, and my son is so little. So next I'm going to be doing layouts of my son, and or not next, but like I said, this is page 10, and the next, once I'm done this, I'm going to be starting layout 19. So I'm quite a bit ahead. And maybe she's been a bit on my mind lately because she injured herself in cheerleading quite bad. And anyway, the doctor told her to stop cheerleading, and she's so committed. And so anyway, they had a competition this weekend, and she still went. And I was texting her last night, and she said she was in so much pain, but she still stuck all her stuff, because she's the flyer. She's the one that they throw up in the air. But so I've been worried about her, so she's on my mind. And that's another thing. She's committed. She's a kid that is committed. And that's something that we try to instill in all our kids is, like my son, when every year, do you want to play hockey? Yes. Okay. That means you are committed for the year. Like, you got to go to every practice. You got to go to every game. Like, you can't just not go because you don't feel like it, like once you commit to something, you need to do it. And so I guess it's kind of good that she is like that, but it just kind of worries me because, it's not a little injury. It's quite she's going to need physio and everything. So she said she's going to take a month off once this competition is done, because then they can practice without her for the next competition, which is in a month from now. So then she'll have time to hopefully heal. But and hopefully she's going to retire this year. She's been doing this for 7 years, and usually at 20 years old you're not a flyer because you're just too heavy. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that it's just you're an adult, and flyers usually are very small and young because then they're easier to lift. And but she's still a flyer because she's not a big kid, but it's really hard on the body. And so now I finally decided how these layers are going to go, and I'm really liking how I decided to go, the horizontal way. And then I took some of these hearts that were in one of the pattern papers, and I took my Wink of Stella glitter pen, and it's just clear, and it's from Zig, and I just put some over that heart, and it just kind of made it so that it just didn't look like a plain pattern paper heart. It made it more like it was an embellishment. And now I'm going to take a stamp set that was from 2Ps. No, Technique Tuesday. And I'm going to, there's a little string of hearts, and I'm going to stamp it to the right of the layout and the left of the layout. And one of the things I want to do more this year is use my stamps more. And I'm trying to do that a little bit more I know there's a few layouts, the last few layouts, I took a stamp set and I didn't use them, so I'll have to remind myself to use more stamps again. And now I'm going to, there's another little stamp on that stamp set, and that was the January Studio AE stamp set, because I don't think I got my February stamp set yet. And it's just a little heart, so I'm going to stamp it out 3 times in Cup of Joe ink. And I knew I want to cut out that little camera with the doily, so I didn't want to waste the rest of that 3x4 Project Life card. So I just stamped the little hearts on the bottom, and I'm going to end up covering that arrow, but I like that camera with the little flag a little bit more than that arrow, so I tried to find another spot for that camera and it just doesn't work. So I'm going to end up just covering that arrow. And then I took some of the words from that pattern paper. There was a pattern paper that had all kinds, of words on the back side of. The other side is a bright pink chevron, and the other side is all kinds of words. So I cut out 3 words. And one of them is beautiful, and one of them is true, because she is true. She's true to herself. She's just true to her friends. And then the other word is my favorite. And now she's going to love that, because she's going to think that I meant she's my favorite kid. Because she always says, I'm your favorite, eh, Mom? But it's her realness is my favorite quality of hers. That's what, like I said, my favorite quality of hers is that she's so real. And every kid, they have one quality that is prominent in their personality, and hers is that she's real. And it's so cute, because I don't know, some of you that have been following me for a long time know that a few months ago she had a broken heart, and I did a page, and if you want to go back, it's quite a few months ago, and the title was "How Many Frogs Do I Need to Kiss to Find My Prince?" or something like that. And she had been seeing this guy for 4.5 years, so basically since she was 15 years old. And anyway, they broke up, and she was heartbroken, because she didn't know if she was gonna ever find someone else that she would love as much. And a couple months ago, she started dating this new guy, and it's funny, because he, we've met him, and he seems like a really, really nice guy. And it's funny, because he's also a football player, and he works where she works, and they've been working together actually since her first job, so 3 years. So she's known him for quite a while. And her last competition, he was sitting next to me, and it was so cute, because he told me how awesome he thinks that she is. And I thought that was kind of sweet, that that the boyfriend was, because he was just saying, I think she's awesome. And so you could really tell that he really cares for her. And every time she sees me, she says, Mom, you're really, 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 really going to like him. He's a really, 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 really nice guy. So I'm really happy that she's found, someone else that she seems to really like being around. So kind of a little rabbit trail there, but as a mom, you really want your kids to find someone that they really, really like. And I don't know where this is going to go, but I'm happy that she is happy at the moment. So now I'm going to use some thickers that came in the kit, and I had run out of ease, so I have 3 or 4 packages of these rubber stickers, gray stickers, and I don't mind because I really love them. But I had bought a pack, and then I ended up getting it in 2 or 3 more kits. I can't remember, but it's in quite a few kits. So I'm just trying to use up the one that came in the kit. But if I'm going to, have letters missing, I'm going to use my other kits. So I am using my Copic marker in brown because this page, the 2 main colors on this page is brown and yellow. And usually I do 2 colors and an earthy color, but there is a little bit of teal. But the main 2 colors are brown and yellow, and the 3rd color is the teal, just a little shot of teal. And so, like I said, the title is just going to be real ... And it takes a couple of coats to cover, the gray from the thickers, but I find it works well. And then I just let it dry, and then I just stick it on to my layout. And it's just nice that it would work even better if they just made these in white. Then you could really, a white or a cream, then you could really change it into any color that you would need. That would be awesome. But they won't do that because then you won't need to buy, 10,000 thickers. You would just buy 5 packages of the cream and you'd be set for, you wouldn't have to buy thickers for quite a while. But little do they know that, as scrapbookers, it doesn't matter. We'll still buy the different colors, So now I'm going to ball up some brown and white twine in the 3 clusters. And I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to put this title. And I usually try to put my title with a cluster, and that's why you're seeing me going to all the clusters and trying to figure out exactly where I'm going to put the title. And now I'm just taking my quick dry adhesive, and I'm just gluing down all these papers, because I had kind of put the ATG tape sort of on the ends of all the pattern papers or in the middle, because I didn't know if I wanted to stick anything else underneath. And so they were kind of sticking up, so I kind of put extra glue, and I also put some washi tape there. My favorite washi tape, it says Smile. And I had a piece of epoxy border. It was only like 3, maybe 4 inches wide, and it was cream and brown chevron, and I'm going to cut it in 3, and I'm going to put it in the 3 clusters, and I'm going to get that piece of epoxy border used up. And that was from Amy Tangerine, from her new collection, but from the last CHA. It was called Cut and Paste. Now I'm going to add some epoxy, not epoxy, enamel dots, and I'm going to add it in 2 different colors. I'm only putting brown right now, but I'm going to go look for yellow, and I'm going to put some brown and yellow enamel dots. And what I like too about these videos, and it might sound a little morbid, but later on, my kids obviously know that I do these videos, so it kind of makes it so that I'm also talking to my kids. You know what I mean? Like, they'll be able to watch these and obviously hear my voice, and that's why I opted with voiceover over just music videos for the for the process videos. And so it's going to be a way for them to kind of still have me around, I guess. And now I'm adding some sprays from Mr. Huey in 3 colors, in brown and yellow and in teal. And now I'm going to show you some close-up pictures and of each little cluster, what it looks like. And that's it. The page is done. So thanks for watching. Bye.